Hey y'all, and welcome to Warriors World. If this is your first time, welcome. If not, I'm so glad that you decided to join me again. We're here in Warriors Corner. It's Warriors World, but this is a Warriors Corner moment. I'm sorry. Please remember to subscribe to my channel as we are working towards 1,000 subscribers. Thank you to the 500 plus who have already subscribed. Hit that notification bell on all. That way you see each and every time I post a video with you in mind. And then hit that like button and comment down below, y'all. I love to read your thoughts and opinions, and I love to respond to them too. So make sure you comment down below. Today, I want to come and talk about the 4 individuals who were kidnapped in Mexico. Unfortunately, only 2 of them survived. And so if you haven't heard about that story, let's go ahead and get into that real quick. I'm going to do, the previous when this first came out, okay?
Discovered in Mexico. 2 Americans found shot and killed. 2 other Americans with them surviving in the same house with one of those victims killed. All 4 Americans crossing from Texas into Mexico in a minivan, coming under fire and kidnapped. U.S. and Mexican authorities launching a desperate search. The violent incident caught on surveillance. Heavily armed men could be seen pulling the Americans from the car, one seen being tossed into the back of a truck. Their white minivan, the windshield shattered, a bullet hole in the driver's side window. Mexico deploying police and armed vehicles on the streets of Matamoros. This morning, that gruesome discovery, the 2 survivors transported away in an ambulance under heavy guard back to the United States. Tonight here we have news on their conditions and why they traveled to that town in the first place. ABC's Matt Rivers leading us off. He's in Mexico tonight.
Tonight, 2 Americans have been found alive and are now back safe in the U.S. after this horrific kidnapping at gunpoint in a Mexican border city captured on video. You can see at least one of the survivors in the back of that pickup truck.
2 U.S. citizens were returned to the United States. The bodies of 2 other U.S. citizens killed in the same incident were also recovered.
A convoy transporting the 2 survivors to the border near Brownsville, Texas. This is the moment the 2 victims made it back to U.S. soil and a waiting ambulance. Tonight, Barbara Burgess tells ABC News her daughter, mother of 5, Latavia Tay McGee, is one of the survivors.
I had to hold my, I was thinking the Lord. I said, thank you, Jesus. There is a God.
Her mother says she has no major injuries. And tonight, the wife of McGee's friend, Eric James Williams, says he had surgery in Texas for gunshot wounds to both legs.
It was just tears of joy, I guess, that he's alive.
The other 2 members of the group, Shaheed Woodward and Zindell Brown, killed during the kidnapping. Their bodies now headed back to the U.S. Tonight, Mexican officials outlining the 3-day search that led authorities to a wooden house outside of Matamoros. They say the survivors and the dead were at the same location. According to her family, McGee traveled with others from Lake City, South Carolina to Mexico to get cosmetic surgery. When the 4 crossed into Matamoros on Friday, her family says armed gunmen in body armor chased them, opening.
So that is, the beginning of this story. They went over to Mexico. Miss McGee was trying to have surgery, and, she took some of her friends with her. And, this whole ordeal happened, y'all. Okay. So since then, we have gotten an update from the 2 of the survivors. And so I'm going to share this real quick here. I'm going to read a little bit of this, and then we're going to give our final comments and thoughts, and I'll get out of here and let y'all enjoy the rest of your afternoon, okay? So none of us deserve it. Americans who survived kidnapping in Mexico shares details of their captivity. So here are the 2 individuals, that were taken in Mexico and who were able to survive, okay? So this is a CNN. Thank you for CNN. This article, this was done today. More than a month after 4 Americans were attacked and kidnapped by drug cartels in Mexico, the 2 survivors are still recovering from their trauma and the terrifying ordeal of the passing of their friends, okay? They didn't deserve that. None of us deserved it, but we're alive. We have a lot of recovering to do, Latavia Washington McGee told CNN Anderson Cooper in an exclusive interview on yesterday, okay? Now, this right here, as I said, this is Latavia right here, who was one of the survivors, okay? So McGee Washington and Eric Williams here. Sorry. Here's Eric Williams up here at the top as well. So, dang it. Why is this doing this to me? Sorry, you guys. So Washington McGee and Eric Williams, uh, uh, Woodward, I don't want to say his first name wrong. I want to say it's Shadee Woodward and Zendale Brown were kidnapped on March 3rd as they were driving to a medical appointment in sorry if I said it wrong, in Mexico. Woodrow and Brown were both their lives were taken, okay? The attack came in broad daylight with armed men ambushing the four friends not long after they crossed the U.S.-Mexico border. Investigators believe the Americans were likely mistaken for Haitian drug smugglers. A U.S. official familiar with the investigation previously told CNN. So it looks like that the people who kidnapped them assumed, according to this article, that these individuals were, in my eyes, in my understanding, on their territory, doing things that shouldn't have been done on their territory, assumptions, of course. And so they didn't like it, and those individuals of that territory, had their way with the four of them, okay? So let's see, where was I at? The group was driving when they heard a car horn behind them. Brown looked back to see pow pows and warned the others to stop the car. Washington McGee recalled. Then the pow pows started, okay? Zendale and Shadee, sorry, they jumped up and ran, and they were pow down, Williams said. So, first of all, I never would have stopped the car. I would have tried to do a quick U-turn as quick as possible and to get back to where we needed to be. Bump the surgery, bump whatever else we got planned going on. We got to get out of here. As someone started to beat the car window with a pow, Williams jumped out the driver's side. That's when I was pow in both legs, okay? So like I said, this is Williams. And Williams in this interview is in a wheelchair. I'm not going to play that video, but he is in a wheelchair, okay? So, let's see. I keep losing my place. I'm sorry, y'all. Washington McGee was forced into the bed of the back of a pickup truck, and pow pointed at the others, were carried into pickup truck at pow point, excuse me, and the others were carried onto it. And some of that was captured on video, as we seen in the previous video, okay? So he said he loved us and he was gone. So this is speaking of one of the individuals who passed, okay? So Williams and Washington McGee told CNN Brown and Woodward were both alive when their limp bodies were dragged onto the truck bed, okay? The four were then driven to another spot where they were interrogated. That's where Shadee said, "I love y'all and I'm gone." And he passed right there. Y'all, this is really, really sad. I've never experienced someone passing in my presence, but I could not imagine. I just couldn't imagine. This is a lot, and I can only imagine that Washington McGee feels probably even worse because they were all here on her behalf. She was the one getting the surgery, the cosmetic surgery, okay? So as Woodward lay passing in the back of the pickup truck, I told him, "I'm sorry," Washington McGee recalled. He said he loved us and he was gone as well. It was the last thing he said, Williams told through tears. Washington McGee and Williams said they were taken to several different locations over the days they spent in captivity, getting blindfolded as they were moved between locations. Y'all, I got to first of all shout out Washington McGee and Williams, because there is no way that I would have been able to survive this tragic, humiliating situation. Like this is a lot. This is a lot. I would have been terrified. I probably would have stroked out because I would have panicked so bad. I would have had a panic attack, a stroke, a heart attack, all of it, because I just would have just lost it, y'all. I would have lost it. And y'all, just for a second, put yourselves in them shoes. Do you think that you would have been able to fight past all this extraness to even make it to the other side? I don't think I could have. I just don't think I could have. Okay. So at one point, the group was taken to the house outside. They saw armed people in red plastic masks who were pointing pow pows to their heads, telling them not to look up, Williams said. They were also taken to the clinic where Williams described his leg being placed onto a piece of wood and stitched up. No medication, just stitched up, Williams said, adding that no one checked to see if the bullet was still in the wound. Okay. Dang. Y'all, I'm running out of time, so I can't finish the rest of this article, but they were after they went through all the interrogation and after they found out the individuals who kidnapped them found out that it was a mistake, they got the wrong people, they ended up sending those individuals back, blindfolded to the safe house where, the American citizens were able to come and pick them up, take them to the border, and get them proper treatment from our, USA citizens who work over there. So I just wanted to come in and talk about this story. This was a lot. This was very unfortunate. I cannot believe, that people are still going out of the country to have these types of surgeries, knowing, the past history that we have with Mexico, especially after Shanquilla's passing. Shout out to Shanquilla, rest in peace. We love you, boo. Still saying your name. Why did you think that it would be okay to go over to this country and have medical surgery? If you couldn't afford it here in America, you shouldn't have did that, Washington McGee. Come on, ma'am. And then not only did you put your own life in danger, now you put 3 other people in danger, which 2 of them did not make it back. Not to say this is all on you, but boo, we ain't gonna play the blame game, so we're not gonna do that. But I'm just like wowed. I am astonished. I was like, I can't believe that we are still seeing this in the year of our Lord 2023, that the people are still going to Mexico trying to get surgeries, knowing that there are people going over there getting kidnapped, getting offed and not coming back. It's a lot. It is a lot going on, and we have to be more careful about our whereabouts, where we're going, what we're doing. If I'm going somewhere, I'm not going outside of the restricted areas that I know. Come on, y'all. We got to do better. We got to do better. But y'all, let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section. Did you read this story back earlier last month in March? Did you hear about it? What did you think? Would you go out of the country and have surgery? I definitely would not do it. But would you do so? If so, how was your experience? Let me know in the comment section. I'm glad that they were able to make it back. It is very unfortunate. As they said, they have a lot of trauma, a lot of issues to heal from. But, I wish them all the best. Y'all hit this like button, comment down below your thoughts and opinions. I will come back and read them and respond. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell on all. That way you see each and every time I post a video with you in mind. Thank you for joining me in Royer's Corner, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.